We're going to start chapter 4 today, 7th graders. Chapter 4, we're going to be getting into fractions and reducing fractions, working with fractions, adding and subtracting fractions and mixed numbers, solving problems, real-world problems with fractions. And so, since we're going to be working with and trying to put fractions in the simplest form, when you're doing that, you have to know how to divide. And you have to be able to find factors of numbers. Factors are numbers that go into another number. And so what we're talking about in this first lesson is divisibility rules, which is the rules for knowing that a number is divisible by 2 or by 3, etc. So make sure that you have these rules in your notes. Okay? The rule for 2 is pretty simple. If the number is even, it's divisible by 2. So if it ends in an even number, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, then you can divide it by 2. Okay? The one for 3 is a little bit harder to remember. But what you have to do is add the digits. If the sum of the digits can be divided by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. Isn't that cool? So if you look at this quick, 189. 189 is divisible by 3 because 1 plus 8 plus 9 equals 18. And 18 is divisible by 3. Therefore, the number is divisible by 3. Okay? But 343, it's got 3 or 2 3's in the digits, but it's not divisible by 3. Why not?
Just because it has a number doesn't mean that it's not.
Right. Just because it ends in a 3 doesn't mean it's divisible by 3. If you added these digits, 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 3 is 10. And 10 is not divisible by 3. And so this number is not divisible by 3. Okay? Well, you'd have to try to find a different number that it's divisible by. Alright? And try to find other factors. Now, the rule is similar for 9. So that's why in this rule I put for 3 or for 9. The difference for 9 is that if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, then the number is divisible by 9. So, is 189 divisible by 9?
No.
Add the digits.
Yes.
What's the sum of the digits? 18. Is 18 divisible by 9?
Yeah.
Yes, so then this number is divisible by 9. If the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, Jacob, then what?
Could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, maybe you should come up here and sit so you can hear better. So if you take the number and you add the digits, and it adds up to 18, would that be divisible by 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, because...
9 times 2 is 18.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 9 goes into 18. Right. So this number is divisible by 9 then. What's the rule for 5? Andrew?
If it ends in 0 or 5,
Then it's...
then it's just divisible by 5.
Right. The rule for 4 is that if the last 2 digits of the number are divisible by 4. So, I put an example up here. Oops. Come on, Ken. There we go. This example. 3,164. Is that divisible by 4? Is it divisible by 4? Well, you might have to check. But would you have to check the entire number to see if it's divisible by 4?
No.
No, just check the last two digits. So 64 divided by 4. 4 goes into 6 one time. Remainder 2, bring down the 4. Yeah. So this number is divisible by 4 because 64 is divisible by 4. 4 times 16 is 64. Okay? So that's the rule for 4. The rule for 6. Write down the rule for 6. Yep, there's more.
There's more.
If the number is divisible by 2, so if it's even, and it's divisible by 3, which means the sum of the digits are divisible by 3, that's a mouthful. Then it's divisible by 6.
So that would be by both?
Yes, it does. And if the number is divisible by 2 and by 3, so both 2 and 3, then it's divisible by 6. So look at this example. 246, is that divisible by 6? Yeah, because it ends in an even number. And it's the sum of the digits. 2 plus 4 plus 6 is 12. Okay?
What's the rule for 7?
There is no rule for 7. You just have to check 7. But what if this was 248? Is that divisible by 6?
No.
9.
Is it divisible by 2?
Yeah.
Yes. What's the sum of the digits?
14.
14.
Sum of the digits is 14. Is that divisible by 3?
No.
No.
It is by 2.
It is by 2, but it has to be divisible by both in order to be divisible by 6. Okay? So if 2 and 3 are both factors of the number, then it's divisible by 6. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Then, the rule for 8. Similar to the rule for 4, if the last 3 digits are divisible by 8. So no matter what the other numbers are, if the last 3 digits are divisible by 8, then the number is divisible by 8. So if you're given a big number like, oh, let's see. There. 146,323,664. Is that divisible by 8?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have to divide the entire number by 8 to check it out. You just have to divide the last 3 digits. 664 divided by 8. 8 goes into 66 8 times, remainder 2. Bring down the 4. 8 goes into 24 3 times. So 664 divided by 8 is 83. And therefore, this entire number is divisible by 8. Yeah. Cool, huh?
Yeah.
Is this number divisible by 4?
Yes.
Yep, because 64 is divisible by 4. Yep. Is it divisible by 3? How do you know? What do you have to do? Jacob.
The sum of the digits.
Yeah, so we have to add the digits. 5, 1 plus 4 plus 6 is 11. Plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 is 8. Plus 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 4 is 16. So 11 plus 8 is 17, plus 16 is 33, right? So is this number divisible by 3?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because 33 is divisible by 3. So is it divisible by 6?
No.
What? What is the rule for 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the rule for 6? Answer my question.
Divisible by 3.
Yeah.
It's divisible by 2 and 3. We just said it's divisible by 3. Is it divisible by 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that it's divisible by 6. Is it divisible by 9?
We don't have a rule for that.
Yes, we do. Is it divisible by 9, Maya? Yes. 9 is similar to what other rule? Kaden?
You have 9?
Yes? 9 is similar to 3. So if the sum of the digits are divisible by 9, then the number is divisible by 9. Right, Andrew? You answered that question.
I did?
Yes. Yep. When I asked you, is this number divisible by 9?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is.
It is. Yes. Jacob, you also answered that question.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep, it's sum of the
I need to know
digits.
So,
what-
if the sum of the digits are
90 after 8.
divisible by 9. So you have to add the digits, like we did. The digits equal 33, the sum is 33, is that divisible by 9?
No.
No.
I did not.
No.
No.
Okay. All right. On your worksheet, one of the things you have to do on your worksheet is, given a number, find all of the factors that go into that number. So, for example, they give you the number 34, and it says you have to list the factors. What is that asking you to do?
Oh.
List the factors. What are factors?
These things.
Raise your hand, wait for permission to speak. Katie.
All the numbers that could be divided by that number that you
Yeah, all the numbers that go into it, all the integers or the whole numbers that go into this number. Okay? So, start with 1. 1 times what is 34?
34.
Good.
I did math.
134. Now, there's a certain way to do this so that you know you have all of the numbers listed. And that is to work from the outside, list 1 and 34 first, and then go to 2. Is 2 a factor?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know? Because the number's even. So then 2 goes into 34 how many times? Close. 17. 2 times 17. Okay? Is 3 a factor?
No.
So don't write 3. Is 4 a factor? No. 8 times 4 is 32. 9 times 4 is 36. So 4 is not a factor. 5? 5 is not a factor. It doesn't end in a 0 or 5.
Nope.
Is 7 a factor? No. You know the multiples of 7. And 9?
No.
Well, I'm sorry, 8? No. 9? 10? 11? 12.
What are these, what?
No. Are there any other factors?
No.
So then you can stop. Okay?
But there's a box. Yeah, you just.
Right, which number is missing? Yep.
17.
So,
That's how old of you
you can list the factors this way. Alright? When you get to the middle, then you know that you have them all. The next one is to list the factors of 50. So start with 1 and 50. Is it divisible by 2? Yes. 2 and 25. Is it divisible by 3?
No.
4?
No.
Okay. 5?
Yeah. And it's 10.
5 and 10. 6? No, because it's not divisible by 3. 7? 8? 9?
9.
10. We already have 10. So once you get to the next one that you've already listed, you know you have them all. Okay? So start with 1 and then find the pairs that go together, okay? Any questions on that? Then, on the other side, you're doing that same thing, and then in the second section, you're given a number and you have to write, using the rules, tell whether the number is divisible by 2, by 3, by 5, by 9, or 10. And then, let's see, then you have to create a number that's divisible by 9. So how do you do that? No. Given some of the digits, what does the sum of the digits have to be divisible by?
3.
9. You add so you have to find a digit that gives you a sum of 9 when you add those digits. When you add all the digits, okay? Any questions on the worksheet?
No.
All right. That's you for tomorrow.